Hi, welcome to Buzz, Indiana's Underground Business Voice. We got a very special Buzz show here. I'm very excited to have Kevin Vanover on the show. Reliant Technology Group, doing some cool things, but it's good to see you back, man. I mean, I know you had Kevin had a pretty significant motorcycle accident.
Yes.
Was out of pocket for a year, and man, you're making a great recovery, and it's really good to see you back in the game. So
thank you very much.
My pleasure. So Reliant Technology Group. Now everybody's going to put you in that technology box, right?
Absolutely. It's a very broad
spectrum, you know, but you guys do some things that are pretty unique.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, what we do is we take that whole expense, aura around technology in general, and we try to educate our customers or potential clients that want to use technology to make money instead of thinking of it as an expense. They think of it as a tool to make income, and so it's an education process. But
give me an example how you do that, Kevin.
Well, for example, they'll buy new hardware, new software, thinking that they have to do it because Microsoft upgraded the latest operating system.
Yeah.
So they all think of it as, oh my God, I got to put more money into this, and here we go. Well, and then when you do that, that's a capital expense. You have to maintain that gear. You have to maintain that software. And there's an expense in doing that. But if you don't do it, you are going to pay a higher price in the end. It's called total cost of ownership.
Yeah.
You put the money into it, you expect to get a certain amount out of it, but there is ultimately a cost associated with it. So what we have to do is try to educate customers and clients that, look, if you put the right investment into maintaining this technology, the life cycle of that technology is going to go up to that 5-year period instead of the 3 that a lot of companies are experiencing.
Because what they do is they'll just bite off just a little bit more to kind of put another Band-Aid on the tourniquet when they need a tournament, right?
Yes.
And they're not using technology as that tool, and I'm probably the worst person for you to be interviewing at this point with Rainmakers, but we could go on that. but so that how hard is that to get them to understand that? And you do something else that's a little bit different. That's how you bill.
That's correct.
Okay, talk to us about that.
Well, we have to educate the customer again, but we bill not by the hour.
Okay.
We do a flat fee per month, and in some cases per device for the customers.
Okay.
And what that does is that it doesn't matter if their server breaks and it takes me 50 hours to fix it and to recover it. That's not going to happen if they hire me in the first place. Sure, I'm going to make sure that there's places to take care of that.
And so much so, you economically have your skin in the game the same way they do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't make money if they're down.
Yeah.
The only time that my company makes money in supporting my customers is when they're up.
Yeah.
And that's the only time. I start losing money the moment that they lose productivity.
I think what's really important to understand here is that when you come in an engagement, you're probably not going to make money in there 3-4 months into it. You're betting on your ability to make an impact on that organization and to keep them up and productive so you can recoup your investment there. And that's what I mean by you mutually having skin in the game.
Absolutely.
You're aligning both organizations to be symbiotic in what their goals are trying to accomplish.
Yes.
And that's why it's a different way it's a different model, but you're allowing yourself to put more investment in infrastructure on the front end, so you're not down on the back end. Is that fair?
Absolutely. I mean, we have 3 core values, but 2 of them are responsibility and accountability. And what that means is that we're going to give a report card to our customers every month. And it's going to report on every piece of gear and piece of software that they have in their organization. And they will get an A through an F. Based on where we're at. But we start with a baseline, and we see where we were last month or 3 months ago or last week and where we're at today. And so what that allows us to do is track and monitor everything, show what we did to remediate whatever problems or issues may have come across, but then also that it's now been fixed and we're moving, and the line's just going straight across the border, going up to that A level.
So you're helping them improve the productivity of each device?
Yes, but it goes so far as to show them, here's the number of incidents that occurred, and here's how long it took us to respond. Wow. So I'm getting graded as well.
Awesome.
Not just them.
So that's a pretty different way to show how you're creating value for an organization.
Absolutely.
Who is that really important to? What target niches? You know how we're always hammering you on niches, right? What are the ones that you've really found that it's just a no-brainer for them to get?
Well, the larger the company gets, the more important that becomes, because that's where you start to lose a lot of dough on loss of productivity. If you have an organization, let's just make it easy, say 100 users, and the average salary for that company is say $40,000 a year.
Uh-huh.
Well, for every hour or every minute of downtime, you can do the math.
Yeah.
You can see that's money that they're having to pay out. They're getting zero productivity for.
I just wanted, the case in point, I have a laptop, I've got a wireless connectivity, I use it everywhere I go. It was down today. I lost 4 hours of time that I could be connected to the internet, sending emails, getting stuff done. I mean, you know, I was going through my iPhone, but the smaller screen and all that stuff. So let's say I lose 2.5 hours, you know, today. Well, I'm billing $250, $275 an hour. That's a pretty good chunk of change. That's an easy way to justify your
Absolutely.
time and effort in the organization. So verticals tend to be knowledge-based workers, really. If they have a high dollar value in time for money, then they're going to be able to justify productivity with you, right? So
Absolutely.
Architects, lawyers, those type of firms, professional services.
Professional services in general, but I have a very in-depth knowledge of medical as well as legal. So, you know, the HIPAA, the regulatory mandates.
So if you're selling to medical or legal and you're not in that infrastructure side, you could be a good partner to them, and that's a great way for you to penetrate. Is that fair?
Absolutely. But to be more specific, strategic partners for me are those that are strategists for those companies.
Okay.
Those that go in and they want to audit processes and resources and try to cut budgets down. How can we do that? Technology is almost the first thing that's cut on every business when they start doing that. Mm-hmm. Well, my company can come in and save them pennies on the dollar immediately. 30% in general for every one person that they have supporting their organization, we can save them annually.
Awesome. Kevin, what's the one thing you would like everybody to know about your business? That you've been through all this stuff. You've been, you know, this really a miracle on legs here. What's the one thing you've learned through this whole experience in the last 3 years?
The one thing that I've learned is probably the most, I don't know, inspiring.
Yeah.
Is that nothing worth doing is easy.
Amen. Cool. It's good having you back, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Kevin Vanover, you've been buzzed.